minor in Russian language. I started my own like business or company, you can call it, while I was at school, and I called that the STEM Diaries. So that's why we created a little STEM journal while we were in camp today, and then you'll continue that through the other camp sessions. And also at school, I was a community member. So in addition to my schoolwork, I also managed the men's soccer team. I was vice president of the Russian club. I played club tennis, and I was also part of like a school organization to help bridge the gap between current students and people who already graduated from college. So just kind of keep the community going and stuff like that. So what is electrical engineering? I know I spoke about this a little bit during camp, but so there's really two sides to electrical engineering and actually like all engineering in general. You have like the hard skills, which is like the technical skills that you learn, like analyzing electronics, like circuits and systems and signals. So that those were some of my classes, like circuit analysis I took, and I also took like cyber physical systems and programming classes and circuit design and stuff like that. And then I also took classes about energy, so like energy conversion, energy efficiency. I learned how energy is created like at a power plant and how you get it from like wind turbines or hydro power and how that gets converted into electricity and enters your home. So that was really cool, kind of like the life cycle of energy and power. And then you also, with engineering, learn soft skills. So those are like teamwork, problem solving, project management, so like organization, attention to detail, critical thinking. You also learn communication skills. So, like, kind of like what we did in camp today, like, we built something and then presented what we built. We do that in my classes too. Especially, I just took this class called Senior Design. So, it's like what you guys did. We built a prototype for a client actually. And then he gave us instructions, the client gave us instructions on what to do for this engineering project. And at the end of the semester, we had to present what we built and how this would impact the community and all that sort of stuff. So that was really cool. All right, moving on. I hope this video works. Sometimes it gets a little fuzzy, but this video is all about the applications of electrical engineering. So does anyone want to like share out maybe what some applications they think are in electrical engineering? Or if you don't feel comfortable, I could just play the video too. All right, so this video is just about, it's a quick montage of not all of the things, some of the things that are applications of electrical engineering. So a quick little thing, so we got to see everything from like phones and televisions to smart cars and smart devices. And so pretty much anything that uses power is designed, this inside of it, the circuit inside is designed by electrical engineers, and they help make everything work together. So this is just a little bit about my electrical engineering journey, how I first got started in electrical engineering. So I was actually first exposed to circuits in my high school physics class when I was like a junior or senior. And circuits was like a little mini unit that we did. And I really loved how we got to problem solve. And I thought each circuit was like a little mini puzzle with little different components. And I loved it. So I would stay after with my teacher just to learn more about circuits. And one day my teacher said to me, like, Emily, you should really look into electrical engineering. That's pretty much like not all they do, but it's a big part of electrical engineering is circuit design and solving circuits and circuit analysis. So I looked into electrical engineering and I really liked what I found when I did my research, because now I'm an electrical engineer. But I think that's just like super important to take away is like if you enjoy something in class, like let your teacher know. Um, just because I didn't know what electrical engineering was until my teacher told me. And I feel like if I didn't express that I was interested in it, I probably wouldn't have become an electrical engineer just because I didn't know what it was. So, life lessons. So I became an electrical engineer in college, and I published my first book in college, which was all about circuits. And actually, this past year, I also published a book about energy and energy conversion. So more about like what I was talking before, like how energy starts like at a power plant and then makes its way into your home, so you can like charge your phone and stuff. Um, but yeah, so then I also had in college an internship and an externship. So I had an externship, which is like a 1 day mini internship at Morgan Stanley. And that's when I was first exposed to cybersecurity. So I got to like job shadow someone who worked in cybersecurity. And that's kind of like how I got into it. And then last summer, I had an internship all summer pretty much with Booz Allen Hamilton as a machine learning software developer. So a machine learning is pretty much like when you tell a computer to do something, but then you just tell it what to do and you don't talk to it after that. And the computer can like figure out things on its own. So like, let's see, like Netflix, you know how Netflix or Spotify will say like, oh, based on these 5 shows or these songs that you recently listened to, maybe you'll like these other movies or these other songs. So like that's an example of machine learning. The program or like application like Spotify or Netflix under like picks up on patterns of what you like in things like movies and songs, and then based on that recommends other things. So that's like machine learning. So I did a lot of coding over the summer to help Booz Allen with that stuff. And now after graduation, I'll be doing cybersecurity at Accenture. And that's just a consulting company. So what a consulting company does is they help other companies and other businesses. They help solve those businesses' problems and stuff like that. So I'll be helping other businesses defend against like hackers and cyber threats and help them protect their data. And so another big part of what I did in college was I developed the STEM Diaries, which is just like a learning platform to help educate and inspire students to get into STEM, especially engineering, because as Becky said earlier, there's so many jobs that are going to be available soon, and it's a great market to get into, and it's also really interesting, really fascinating. So what the STEM Diaries includes is the books, which I talked a little bit about earlier, and those books are all handwritten and illustrated, and they're based on like what we did earlier, like how we did our STEM journals. That's pretty much what I made a book out of, and that's circuits and energy. And then I also made merchandise. So the little STEM journals you'll be getting later, those are from my STEM Diaries platform. I also created a virtual escape room game all about circuits. So I can like send the link, or you guys will get the link for that later if you want. And that's just an introduction to circuits with hands-on interactive activities where you get to solve problems and help save this girl get out of space because she is stuck in space and needs your help. And then I also have an Instagram community where I just post like every day I post like a fun fact on my Instagram stories about technology. And I post like resources that you can use to help learn about STEM and engineering, especially. And I'll post like funny reels about STEM and stuff like that. So those are what's currently out there. And I've also been developing the STEM Diaries Academy, which is going to be an online course for the month of August that you can check out. And it'll be all about STEM. So each week, pretty much, we'll be covering a different letter of STEM. And you'll get the opportunity to explore like STEM careers, STEM majors, that you can take in college, the classes you should take in high school if you want to pursue those majors, and the classes that you'll take in college as well.
Emily, excuse me, are you able to take them to that site to show them quickly? Is that something that you could do, or is it not ready yet?
Oh, yeah, totally. I think
Emily,
actually,
it'd be nice to
yeah,
see.
I'm done with my presentation. So
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I can go over to that website now. So I'm just going to the stemdiaries.com. Hang on, I think I have to unshare my screen and then
Yeah,
reshare. So
I think so
bear
too.
with me for a second. Alrighty. Let's see. Just have to hide controls really quick. So this is my website, and you can just go at the top to Academy, and this is all about the Academy that I've created. And as you can see, it talks about how you can make an educated decision, like picking a STEM major in college, because there are a bunch of different STEM majors. And it's interesting, like some of my friends at school who I met who aren't engineers said that they didn't know what engineering was until college, until like they met me. So I thought that was interesting. But it's definitely something to like learn about, and just like because there's so many jobs, and I just talk about here, like if you like have any of these thoughts or questions, like this academy would be good. And then I go down to talk about like what you'll learn. And so, like I said, like STEM, career paths, college majors. I'll talk about like how you can find mentors and role models in fields, kind of like how my teacher became my role model and mentor in high school, like how you can find someone like that to help you along the way. Qualities, so like how I talked about organization and problem solving skills, we'll go more into what those are. And then also continuing our STEM journals. And yeah, so kind of like going off of Becky's statistic that she said, I think she said how many more jobs they'll need to fill, but in total by 2025, there's going to be 3.5 million jobs. So I think that's crazy. And then I just like go into it more. And the first 10 participants, you get a STEM journal, but you guys already got them. So maybe you could get another one for your friends if you're one of the first 10. And it's also at a discounted rate of 75%. So it's only $50 for the 4 weeks. But yeah, that is the academy. And that's about like engineering and stuff in general. Do you guys have any questions or comments? No?
I would wonder how that feels to be a female, not that there are no female engineers, but in the world of non-traditional careers where, and I don't know, maybe I'll ask the students, do you guys, when you think of engineer, do you think of female versus male, or is that because, sometimes that's attached to sort of an age. You guys at your age maybe just keep a much more open mind about that and don't have stereotypes in your head. But when you think of engineer, do you think of male or female, or not at all? Don't think about that. I would be curious.
No,
I
my
think
Go ahead, hon.
my cousin